Welcome to Deep Cyber's weekly cybersecurity briefing. Here's what has unfolded over the past week. This week, one idea cuts across every story. The tools and systems we trust most are quietly becoming the most dangerous attack surfaces we own. Trust, it turns out, is not a defense. It is an invitation. Let's start where that trust is newest and least examined. Security researchers exposed a vulnerability affecting three of the world's most powerful artificial intelligence companies, OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google. The flaw lived inside the hidden reasoning data that AI models use when thinking through a problem before responding. Researchers found that a package of this reasoning data created in one user session could be copied and replayed into a completely different session, recovering API keys, passwords, and even the internal logic of more powerful models. For any business using AI through a programming interface, this is a supply chain risk sitting inside the very intelligence layer you are building on. If you use AI APIs in production, now is the time to audit what credentials and session data those calls are carrying. From the infrastructure we trust to the devices we trust most personally, Apple sent a new wave of official threat notifications to iPhone users, warning them they had been individually targeted by mercenary spyware, the kind sold by private companies to governments for surveillance of journalists, executives, activists, and politicians. This is not a mass attack, it is a precision one, and that distinction matters because it means the people in your organization who hold sensitive roles in finance, in legal, in leadership are exactly the profile these tools are built to target. If anyone on your team receives one of these Apple alerts, treat it as a confirmed incident, not a warning. And if you think the threat stops at a government client hiring a known spyware vendor, this next story changes that picture entirely. Researchers uncovered a hacker group called JewelBug, an advanced persistent threat that runs government espionage missions and cryptocurrency theft operations simultaneously from a single control panel. The line between state-sponsored cyber espionage and organized financial crime has effectively collapsed. Nation-states get plausible deniability, and the hackers get a side income in digital currency that is difficult to trace or recover. For security teams, this blended model makes attribution harder and the threat broader. Ask yourself whether your organization could tell the difference between a financially motivated intrusion and a politically motivated one. That blurring of intent becomes even more troubling when the entry point is something citizens were told to trust unconditionally. Researchers discovered that Belgium's national electronic identity system, used by millions of citizens to access government services, contained critical vulnerabilities inside its browser extension. The flaws were severe enough that an attacker could take full remote control of a victim's computer simply by exploiting weaknesses in that extension. Browser extensions are granted deep access to your web activity, yet they receive a fraction of the security scrutiny applied to full applications. Belgium's case is a warning for every government and every enterprise deploying identity infrastructure. The weakest link is rarely the core system. It is the supporting software nobody audited. Review what extensions your organization relies on and treat each one as a potential exposure. That same complacency around browser extensions appears to be widespread, and attackers have scaled it into an industrial operation. Researchers found 737 fake VPN and proxy extensions listed on the Chrome Web Store, collectively installed over 75,000 times, all quietly routing users' browser traffic through unauthorized servers controlled by unknown third parties. 274 of those extensions were impersonating 66 trusted applications, meaning users thought they were downloading something safe and got something predatory instead. The browser is one of the most exposed surfaces in your organization, and free extensions that promise privacy often deliver the opposite. Conduct an immediate audit of every extension installed across company devices and remove anything that was not explicitly vetted. Now, you might expect that all of this threat activity would be caught by the security tools organizations have invested heavily in. A major report from Picus Labs, the Blue Report 2026, analyzed more than 338 million simulated attacks against real company networks in the first half of this year, and the findings are sobering. Perimeter defenses are stronger than ever, but once inside, attackers are moving freely. Modern intrusions are abandoning loud, detectable tactics in favor of quiet techniques that blend in with normal business activity. Internal detection, the systems designed to catch threats that already bypass the front door, are lagging badly behind. The strategic question for every business leader this week is not whether your perimeter is strong enough. It is what happens inside if someone gets through. And finally, a threat that does not yet exist, but is already doing damage. Google Cloud published a detailed roadmap to overhaul its encryption systems ahead of quantum computing, targeting 2027 as its first major milestone. The driver is a technique called harvest now, decrypt later, where adversaries are already collecting encrypted data today, banking on future quantum machines to unlock it. That means sensitive data your organization is transmitting right now, financial records, health information, private communications, could be sitting in someone's archive waiting for a key that does not yet exist, but will. The question to take to your cloud and infrastructure teams is simple. Do our providers have a published post-quantum migration timeline, and are we on it? Every story this week points to the same uncomfortable truth. The attack surface is no longer just the systems we secure. It is the systems we trust, the AI layers we build on, the identity frameworks governments stake their credibility on, the extensions we install without thinking, the encryption we assume will always hold. Attackers are not breaking through walls. They are walking through doors we left open because we trusted who built them. Trust needs to be earned continuously, not assumed at installation. Before you go, if this briefing gave you useful insight this week, follow Deep Cyber wherever you're listening. A rating or comment helps the right people discover the show. That's all for this week. Thanks for listening, stay safe, and we'll be back next week with more cyber security updates.